All right, let's get to Abdul Carter. Is there slippage going on? Is there a little bit of slippage with Carter? Karen Garigian at Mass Live wrote this yesterday. Rumor has it Carter's draft stock is dropping. Or is it? Once considered a lock to go in the top 3, there appears to be some smoke circulating about the Penn State pass rusher's makeup, not to mention the quote-unquote stress reaction foot injury that was discovered at the NFL's scouting combine. Gorigian writes, usually when there's smoke, there's fire. But being in the home stretch ahead of the draft, this is also known as lying season. Everything should be taken with a grain of salt. Exactly. You know, I talk about these things, but when we talk about these things, it doesn't necessarily believe that I mean that all of it's going to happen. We talk about the news. We talk about reports. We talk about rumors. We talk about mock drafts. We talk about what the Patriots might do, what they might not do. It's fun. I love doing this kind of stuff, but it doesn't guarantee anything. And we know, as Gorigian wrote, and I've said this forever, it's lying season. There's a bunch of smoke screens. There's all sorts of smoke screens all over the place. The closer you get to the draft, the more those smoke screens are being thrown out there. So maybe Carter's stock is dropping. Maybe Carter is going to fall to the Patriots at 4. Maybe the Patriots pass on Carter and say, thanks, but no thanks. We heard some really bad things. I know he got into it with a tow truck driver last March, pulled him out of the truck. And I know multiple people who have written or told me that he's not a good guy. So maybe there is enough cracks there with Carter in his character and his makeup that he is falling down the board. But maybe there's not. There are a lot of reasons why teams are trying to mislead other teams. So I certainly could believe that Carter, there's a lot of questions with Carter, and people might be wondering if he's worth the quote-unquote risk of taking in the top 3, and maybe, just maybe, he is starting to slide in some people's eyes. I think there's a chance. I agree with Todd McShay. I tweeted this at Nick C Radio. If you want to follow me, I tweeted this the other day. McShay's podcast. He brought this up, and I've said this in prior podcasts when guys take certain trips. You're not wasting your time. I don't think Abdul Carter flew up here to Foxborough and had the visit on Monday to just simply waste his time. I don't think his agent is going to allow Carter on the plane to fly up to New England to go through the meeting, to go to a dinner. I don't think he's going to have his client do that unless he believes there's a chance that Carter could be there at 4. There's a reason why Abdul Carter took only 4 visits. He didn't take 3. He took 4. Now, whether that's because the agent believes Shedeur Sanders is going in the top 3, or he knows that the Browns and or the Giants might not be in love with his client as a prospect. Maybe he's gotten some things back from those 2 teams that make him feel a little shaky about telling his client that he's a guaranteed top 3 pick. But there is a reason, if not multiple reasons, why Abdul Carter's agent put Carter on that plane to take a visit in New England 10 or 11 days before the draft. There is a reason for that. It could be the red flags popping up. It could be happenstance allows Carter to drop to 4, but there is a reason. Abdul is not wasting his time. Now, I'll say it one more time to make it clear. I feel like Abdul Carter's going in the top 3. I don't think Carter will be a Patriot. But I do think that all the smoke, all the talk about the character concerns and maybe him slipping, I do think those rumors and conversations, you got to give them a little bit more credence, because the fact that he took the trip here to Foxborough and the fact that he's open to talking to the team that's drafting 4th. Because if it was a guarantee that he's going top 3, he ain't taking this trip. Maybe the agent thinks the Patriots are going to try to trade up. Maybe the agent believes that Vrabel's going to love Carter and they'll try to trade up into the top 3 to draft Carter. But there's a reason, if not multiple reasons. I don't think Abdul Carter was like, you know where I want to go? You know where I have to be on April 14th? Like 10, 11 days before the draft. You know where I have to be? I've got to go to Foxborough, Massachusetts. I've always wanted to check out Foxborough in April. No, that's not happening. So there's a reason why he was here on Monday. And we'll see. We'll see what happens on draft night.